guys, so we're going to go ahead and go over the human respiratory, cardiac, and digestive system really quick. So we'll start with the thoracic cavity. So here we have both the lungs. In humans we have 3 lobes on the right side. So we have the superior, middle, and inferior lobe. And on the left side we only have 2 lobes, so just superior and inferior. And the reason being is because we have the heart sitting on the left side of the chest. So mentioned in lab, you should learn this in lecture, you have the cardiac notch where the heart sits, and then you have the aortic notch here where the aorta comes out of the heart. So taking these off, you can see how the heart lies. The apex is to the left, as I mentioned. And you can see the tertiary bronchi here inside the lungs. You get to the secondary bronchi. Pulling this out, you can see the primary bronchi here at the carina, branching off from the carina. And we'll go into the heart in just a little bit. So taking that out, like we did in the cat, you can go past the diaphragm here. That separates the thoracic cage from the abdominal region. We have this big fleshy brown thing that looks just like similar to the cat, which is the liver. So number 34 is the liver. There's different lobes, but don't worry about the lobes for this practice because we didn't go into it. This green structure here is the gallbladder. Okay, taking that out, you can see it's on the right lobe next to the quadrate lobe on the liver on the inferior aspect. Okay. From there you can see, after taking out the liver, you can see the stomach. Just know that this is the stomach. And like with the cat, the stomach then leads out the pyloric sphincter into the small intestine. So the first edge of the small intestine is the duodenum, so we're going to take out part of the transverse colon here for a second. So the stomach leads out the pyloric sphincter into the duodenum of the small intestine, which is the shortest part of the small intestine. Then leads through the jejunum and then the ileum. So I'm going to take out the small intestine, which communicates with the cecum of the large intestine. So here's the most distal end of the small intestine, leaking into the cecum where the bacteria are. Here. Okay, usually your appendix is going to be hanging off that structure there. So putting it back, you have the cecum leading up to the ascending colon, so going up, ascending, going up. You have the transverse colon. Transverse colon, okay, and then descending colon. We get to the sigmoid colon, again the anal vault where the feces are stored, and then out when you defecate. So some other organs that I talked about in class, you have the pancreas here, that lies in the first curvature of the duodenum right below the stomach. And that's important for releasing several digestive enzymes, so amylase and lipase, and also insulin production happens here in the pancreas. So the liver, the gallbladder, and the pancreas all communicate at the common bile duct and enter into the small intestine at the duodenum. So after all the food is processed and turned into chyme, all the bile and everything is emptied into the small intestine to bring the pH back up to around 7, and all the other digestive enzymes can go ahead and break down the food as it moves through the small intestine. A lot of nutrient uptake occurs more in the small intestine versus the large intestine. The large intestine primarily has water uptake. And I mentioned several diseases and also illnesses that you can get and kind of differentiate between either small intestinal abnormalities or large intestine. Taking out all the organs, going to the retroperitoneal organs, you have the kidneys, so you have 2, left and right, and you have the adrenal glands, okay, and you have the spleen here on the left. Leading down, so the blood is filtered through the kidneys, everything's taken out, all the waste and hormones that are no longer needed, filtered, and then urine is made, then filtered out through the ureters. So the urinary bladder would sit here, and then you would urinate to get all the wastes out. We really didn't go into the kidneys, unfortunately, due to time, but just note where their locations are and their basic function.